gosh, here he goes. Whoa.
Can you do it a little bit better? First time. Come on. Go left and drive it. You have to yourself. Come on, 4, 3, 2, come on. Second time. Can you do it a little bit better?
Okay. I've not been doing much yoga, if I'm being honest with you. There's just no freaking time. There's no time to do yoga because I can't do it with kids around me, but this kind of workout with like weights and a video on it for them to watch actually makes it so much easier for me. I love Nourish Move Love. She's so awesome and she's so like, I don't know. I like her because she's got like 3 kids or something and she's totally fit. And she has tons of postpartum and prenatal workouts too. And I'll just do those with like the kids around. I'll get their breakfast ready and I'll do it, well, not every day, not even close. But that's kind of lately our rhythm every once in a while. Get them some breakfast, they'll sit and generally let me do it. Lots of interruptions, but we get it done. And it's only 20 to 30 minute workout. And we get it done. If you don't know what to do with your children's fruit they didn't finish, make a smoothie. This is the smoothie today. We've got a banana, the kids' leftover fruit, some greens, hemp seeds, coconut yogurt, sea moss gel, the greens powder from Compliment, frozen mango, and some frozen beets from the garden that I still have a ton of beets from the garden from the summer and fall, and some tangerine juice and coconut water. I haven't been doing a ton of smoothies for the kids lately just because I want them to chew their food. It's something I've really been leaning into, is getting them to use their jaw more, to strengthen their jaw for proper jaw development. But I kind of like smoothies as like supplements. Like this will not replace a meal type of thing. They've been chewing food all morning, so. You guys are going to be really excited to hear about the sponsor of today's video. Have you guys heard of Compliment? Compliment is an amazing company. They offer a range of supplements to complement your plant-based diet. What an age to be vegan and thrive. I am so excited that I recently discovered Compliment as the perfect addition to my thriving plant-based lifestyle. I've been vegan for 18 years and never before have I seen a company like this that creates products of this caliber to support people who are passionate about living plant-based and just want to ensure that they've got all their nutrients taken care of and to live the best life they possibly can. Listen, I get it. You're bombarded with supplement ads, right? Me too. But Compliment is different. First of all, it was founded by passionate vegans and plant-based eaters who just wanted to create something awesome for the plant-based world. All the products are specifically designed to support plant-based eaters. And number 2, almost more importantly, these products are super clean. They are rigorously third-party tested, and I really trust what's behind it. Compliment just wants to get the purest nutrients possible into your hands. I specifically love the Compliment Essential, which is a science-backed multi-nutrient for your plant-based diet. It has 8 critical vitamins, minerals, and sustainably sourced omega-3s all together in easy-to-take capsules. The Compliment Essential comes in this pouch, but when you subscribe, you get the gift of this awesome jar to put the capsules into. Another product I absolutely love is this awesome greens powder, which I've been adding to smoothies for me and my kids regularly, and we love it. To get 15% off your first order of Compliment, use the link in my description below. Thank you to Compliment for sponsoring today's video. So good to be outside. My children could not handle this cold. This is a solo hike for sure. Whew. All things considered, the Treasure Valley has a pretty mild winter, but it's definitely 23 degrees right now. And that is too cold for me to bring the kids out in personally. They won't keep their gloves on, they don't dress properly, they just get miserable. Maybe I should do it more often so they get used to it, but I love it. I love being in this weather and hiking up a hill and getting my heart rate going. It feels amazing. I think once kids are grown, I'm gonna have an easy time in winter, honestly. I like getting out here. I could use like a hat. My face is going numb. Hello, welcome to a Hannah McNeely video. Can you guys tell that I'm over it? Can you tell that I am just sort of done? Here, let me close this door. Hold on, you can hear my dryer. I have some stuff to share with you, but first I just want to say I'm feeling so over filming my life, and I have been expressing this for a while now. I've been feeling burnt out for actually years. And I know if you are big on the YouTube vlog scene and you've been watching other YouTubers kind of come and go and do this big announcement that they're leaving, they talk about burnout, and it's hard to explain if you've never done vlogging, lifestyle filming. It's so different than like any other job. So it's like there's a business entrepreneurial aspect to it, there's a creative artistic aspect to it, and then there's this big whopping element that changes everything. It's the element of filming your life, and the vloggers that burn out are the ones that are filming their life mostly. The people who have content that is a lot more related to a specific topic and isn't about their life, like let's say someone makes tech videos or only recipe videos or things like that, or if someone's making crochet videos, like they're not gonna burn out in the same way as someone filming their freaking life. It is so invasive and it's so unnatural and not at all what God designed for our lives, to have this window into every little thing. And it was really fun while it lasted. It was super fun. I had a blast doing it. And the biggest difference in my life is that I became a mom, and I just cannot film with my kids. I've chosen not to, and I find it difficult even if I'm like not showing their faces. Like my children are gonna knock down my tripod, guys. Can't do it. And the biggest thing for me is like my attention is diverted. If I am vlogging when I'm with my children, I'm doing both jobs badly because I'm distracted. I don't see this as sustainable, so FYI, the end is coming. I just have some obligations and I would love to wrap it up soon. I just don't really know what it looks like. And anyway, like wah wah, the end is near, but I'll still be, I won't disappear. Like I'm still on Instagram and stuff. At any rate, I wanted to do a little life update because the last time I talked to you, I was getting ready for Christmas. Like it was the beginning of December. Now we're pretty much midway through January. What on earth is happening? And I thought I would share some updates. The big one is I'm back into crochet. I crocheted in high school because I was in love with a boy and his mom taught me how to crochet. Just really simple single and double crochet stitches. I know no other stitches, but I am so down to learn. I made hats and scarves. That's all I knew how to make. What happened was a few months before Christmas, one of my dear friends here, Gabrielle Craig, she goes by Gabe, she runs Be Wise Gardens. I've talked about her pretty much in every video since I moved here because she has been like such an inspiration to me, a huge, huge influence in my life. She has 4 grown children and she homeschooled all of them, did cloth diapers, like raised them vegan. Like we have so many crossovers that are just hysterical actually. One thing about Gabe that I don't share is this incredible capacity to do anything and make anything with my hands. She can literally build things like with power tools, and she can crochet and knit, and she can paint. Like you go into her beautiful home and you go, whoa, this is such a beautiful painting. She goes, oh, thank you so much. I go, where did you get it? She's like, I made it. And because of this sort of vocation of making things with her hands, she taught her children to do the same. So all of her children are just so capable and competent with their hands, knowing how to create things. So anyway, a few months before Christmas, she said, Hannah, I would love to help your son, my 4-year-old, make you your Christmas present, because I believe children should learn how to make their mother's things. And I said, okay. And so she came over one day and they hid in his room and they made something and I had no idea what it was. And then she took it home to like finish it. They wrapped it and put it under the tree, and I opened it on Christmas morning and it was this beautiful artwork that I love so much, and I like can't stop looking at it. I sent it to all my friends, like, look what Cosmo made for me, and it's like so beautiful on my wall. And I was so moved. I was so inspired by that. Just teaching your children to make something with your hands and give as a gift, because it is so much more meaningful than going to the store and buying something. And I thought, you know, if I'm going to instill this quality in my children, I have to do that too. And I have that in me. I have a creative streak, but I realized that most of what I make historically are things I can't really do with my children. My big one was writing novels and short stories, and I can't write with my kids. I mean, sure, I guess there's a way to sort of do that, but in general, that's not gonna happen. And you know, creating these videos, can't really do that with my kids or like teach my children that at this young age, but what I can do is crochet. And I knew how to crochet. I just watched a couple videos to sort of remind myself how to do it. And my first project was this little scarf that I made from one of my best friends, Kesley, her daughter. I made her this little white and yellow scarf for her doll, or for her, like she's 2, so she could wear it too. So then her sons wanted scarves too, so I made a second scarf for her oldest boy. Now I'm working on the middle child's scarf, and I'm just very inspired by it. I go to bed thinking about crochet right now. And I love having a hobby, and it's perfect in winter. And if you like need something to do that's creative, that's really satisfying, crochet is awesome, because you finish a project so quickly and then you're just so proud of yourself and you like have something in your hands that you made. Funny thing is, I learned to crochet in Southern California when no one has need for yarn on their bodies. Occasionally, but generally no. Here in Idaho in winter, I need a scarf. It's so cool to make something that's useful. Anyway, so this is like, I know it might seem like not a big life update, but it actually is, because it clicked for me. And I knew this, if you want to instill any quality or characteristic in your children, you have to be it first so they can emulate you. And I've always taken this to heart when it comes to behavior stuff, you know, in general, like the way I behave when my emotions are high, that's how my children are going. They're gonna mirror that, obviously. And I've always sort of known that, but it really clicked for me this Christmas when Cosmo gave me a very special gift that he made with his hands and was so excited to give to me. And I've already seen this with crochet. So I'm teaching my 4-year-old how to finger knit, and he's into it, but he's only into it when he sees me crocheting. You have to do it first. Like if you want your children to eat well, you have to eat well first. You can't just expect your children to eat all their fruits and vegetables if you're not prioritizing that for yourself. Another life update is my new appliance. Actually, I got a new KitchenAid, a new stand mixer, because I didn't have a stand mixer. I was using a hand mixer for years, but actually broke a couple years ago, and I've just done all my mixing by hand. And then my friend gave me a stand mixer for my birthday, which was so generous. But I have been making sourdough. Have I told you? Yeah, I've included it in a vlog. And then my friend Jenna Strubar posts about how the flour you get from the store is all rancid and devoid of nutrients. I was like, what? Flour had nutrients? So I got a mill from Nutri-Mill. It's awesome. I am very into it because we eat a lot of bread in this house. I don't know about you guys, but I am like gluten full and we love it. I feel great on bread, especially when it's homemade and mostly whole wheat. And milling my own flour has brought it to a whole other level where I feel so confident giving the bread to my children. But yeah, it's just been so awesome to get freshly milled flour. I have one more thing to share with you. There's a few times a year when I'm on Instagram and I'm like, thank goodness I'm still on Instagram, because most days I just like don't want to be, you know, because it's the worst. But sometimes there's a reel that informs me of something and I go, I had no idea. thank you for sharing this with me. You know what it is? This book. I had never heard of this book before, and I never would have if it hadn't been for Instagram. Brambly Hedge. Think Beatrix Potter meets the world building of Lord of the Rings. It is so incredible. There's a beautiful detailed illustration on every single page, and it builds this whole world of these little mice that live in Brambly Hedge, and I highly recommend it. We'll be reading this constantly. We already read through all of it, and we loved it so much. So I just thought I would let you guys know, because I think that this is a thing most people already do know about, but I didn't. So this is an Our Place Wonder Oven that I got a while ago, and I like it. There's a lot of uses for it that I really enjoy. This is the KitchenAid that my friend Gabby gave me, and this is my new mill. This is the Nutri-Mill. It's awesome. I'm gonna show you how it works. Let's make some bread. Let's make some flour so we can make some bread. So that's literally how it works. You just turn on your mill and the stones start to grind, and then you pour the wheat berries in, and out comes this amazingly nutritious, fresh flour. Now listen, I am not an expert at sourdough, I am not an expert at making bread in general, and I am not an expert at freshly milled grains. I'm totally new to this whole world, but I hope that is actually more encouraging than learning from an expert, because you don't have to be an expert in something to start. For example, I truly don't even have the right sourdough tools to make bread. For example, I don't even have a proofing bowl or proofing basket or whatever. You don't need everything to be picture perfect in order to make bread. And that's the cool thing about bread, is it's so freaking easy, especially sourdough. I have literally never followed the instructions properly. Every single time something comes up, I'm interrupted. I don't do it how it's exactly meant to be, and it turns out edible every time. And 9 times out of 10 it turns out perfect, so I don't know. The bread's easy. Something I do have that's like a little special is this bread whisk, this dough whisk. I got it from Floaty Goat Sourdough, a sweet little company if you want to support a small business in your bread making journey. The recipe we're making today comes from an Instagram page called Fraser Cooks. He has such awesome recipes, and I'm sort of kind of making it my own, but it's Thai tacos with peanut sauce and these tofu that I am baking, even though he says to fry it, so we'll see how that goes. I think I'm also going to add some like thawed frozen mango to this plate because the kids really love mango. And my trick lately for dinner is to get the kids to build their own tacos or burritos or wraps, and they get to choose what goes inside, and that's been super helpful.
Okay, can I get one for you? Want this one? Yum!
Didn't work.
Take them off.
Oh, nice.
I finished my scarf for my friend's kid. So they all have scarves now. And what Gabe taught me how to do is a little initial W for his name, and then 2 stars. This is the first time I've ever added accents. Now this one I'm making for my 4-year-old, but then he saw it and he was like, I want a yellow scarf. So I think I might make this for the younger child. And I'm adding this new stitch in. This is called a popcorn stitch. I had never heard of any other stitch besides the single and double crochets that my friend's mom taught me. And this is so easy. If you can do a double crochet, you can do a popcorn stitch. And then the way it turns out is it poofs out, adds these little poof balls. So I'm making a little scarf with poof balls. Are you kidding me? Okay, I'm making something else. And of course it involves yarn. Give me a minute and I'm gonna tell you all about it. I'm going to Maui to visit my sister and her kids like I do every year, going in a few weeks after our California trip. And I happen to be visiting over my niece's birthday. I got her / I'm making her something for her birthday. So I got her this. She really loves art, so I got her this cute little miniature watercolor set. Tiny, tiny. This was such a fun little project and I can't wait to give it to my niece. I'm gonna make her a little strand to put the paint set around her neck if she wants to. And I also made this small watercolor pad by just cutting up some watercolor paper to the size I wanted. And then I crocheted a little cover and sewed it to the paper. I think it turned out so cute and I hope she loves it. And I hope I can encourage you guys to do your own homemade gifts because they really do mean so much and they're really fun, and I believe they almost spark something like divine in us. I believe we were created to be creators. So which ways are you creating this week?
Okay, pizza. Yeah, that's good pizza.